Welcome to HD Coins World, where we uncover the hidden gems in your pocket change. Imagine finding a simple Jefferson nickel worth thousands, just sitting in your collection. Sounds unbelievable? Well, today, we're diving into the top 6 rare and most valuable Jefferson nickels ever discovered. Some of these coins have shocking mint errors that could make them worth a fortune. Stick around as we break down the most sought-after nickel errors, from common mistakes to rare and valuable varieties. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to spot a jackpot coin hiding in plain sight. Let's get started. Number 1. Imagine finding a simple 2005 Jefferson nickel in your pocket change, only to realize it could be worth a small fortune. That's right, a coin most people overlook could secretly be a hidden treasure. Some of these nickels have sold for unbelievable amounts due to rare errors and unique features. But what makes them so valuable? How can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? Stay with me until the very end because we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Jefferson nickel errors, and you might just discover you've been carrying a fortune in your pocket all along. The 2005 Jefferson nickel belongs to the Westward Journey series, marking a significant moment in U.S. coinage. These coins were part of a special design change, featuring an updated obverse with Thomas Jefferson's portrait and a stunning American bison or ocean design on the reverse. But what makes this particular nickel so special isn't just its historical significance, it's the rare and valuable errors that have turned some of them into collectors' dreams. Errors in Jefferson nickels have fascinated collectors for decades. Some of the most common mistakes include misaligned dies, off-center strikes, and weak strikes. These errors might seem small, but they can significantly affect a coin's value. Coins with die clashes, where part of the design is imprinted where it shouldn't be, are also highly sought after. But while common errors can bring in a modest premium, it's the rare and extreme errors that truly set some of these nickels apart. Now, let's talk about the real treasures, the rare and valuable error varieties of the 2005 Jefferson nickel. One of the most famous is the speared bison error, where a die gouge creates the appearance of a spear running through the bison on the reverse. This dramatic error can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. Another highly valuable error is the doubled die, where elements of the design appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. If you ever come across a 2005 nickel with strong doubling on the lettering or Jefferson's face, you could be looking at a serious payday. So, how can you tell if your 2005 Jefferson nickel is worth more than 5 cents? Start by carefully examining the coin under a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for doubling in the text, Jefferson's features, or the reverse design. If you have a bison design, inspect the area around its body to see if there are any unusual lines that could indicate this speared bison error. Also, check the edges and rims for any striking irregularities, as off-center strikes or clipped planchets can also add value. And if you suspect you have something special, consider getting your coin graded by a professional service to verify its authenticity and condition. The thrill of coin collecting lies in the unexpected. A simple coin, overlooked by many, could turn out to be a rare and valuable piece of history. Have you ever found a unique Jefferson nickel in your collection or pocket change? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Some of these rare 2005 Jefferson nickels have been sold for amounts ranging between $900 and an incredible $12,500 at auctions. So, before you spend that nickel, take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden fortune in your hands. Number 2. Have you ever checked the nickels in your pocket and wondered if one could be worth thousands of dollars? Imagine holding a 2004 Jefferson nickel, a coin that seems ordinary at first glance but hides a secret that makes collectors go wild. Some of these coins have sold for shocking amounts due to rare and valuable errors. The question is, do you have one of these hidden treasures? Stay with me until the very end because you might just be holding on to a fortune without even realizing it. The 2004 Jefferson nickel is part of the Westward Journey series, a special edition celebrating the 200th anniversary of the Lewis and Clark expedition. This coin features a unique reverse design, either the piece metal or the keelboat, making it a standout in U.S. coinage history. While these nickels are already interesting due to their design change, what makes them truly valuable are the rare minting errors that have turned some into high-priced collectibles. Jefferson Nickels have a long history of minting errors, and some of the most common ones can still bring in extra value. One frequent error is the misaligned die, which causes part of the coin's design to shift off-center. Weak strikes, where some details of the design appear faint or missing, are also commonly found in these nickels. Another error to look for is the filled die, where excess grease or debris prevents certain elements, like lettering or Jefferson's features, from fully appearing. These errors are interesting and collectible, but they don't compare to the ultra-rare mistakes that make some of these nickels worth serious money. Among the most valuable errors in the 2004 P. Jefferson Nickel series is the dramatic doubled die. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering or design elements. If you spot strong doubling in the words United States of America or in Jefferson's profile, you could be looking at a rare find. Another highly sought-after error is the off-center strike, where the entire design is shifted away from the center, sometimes cutting off part of the image. Coins with extreme off-center strikes, especially those missing part of the date, can bring in high prices. Additionally, if you come across a nickel with a clipped planchet, where a portion of the coin appears to be missing due to a cutting mistake at the mint, you could have a valuable error piece in your hands. So, how can you tell if your 2004 P. Jefferson nickel is worth more than just 5 cents? Start by examining it closely under a magnifying glass or loupe. Look for doubling in the lettering, especially in Liberty and In God We Trust. Check for missing details or unusual indentations that might indicate a striking error. If the design appears shifted, off-center, or incomplete, it might be a rare variety. And if you think you have something valuable, sending it to a professional grading service can confirm its authenticity and increase its market value. Coin collecting is filled with surprises, and valuable finds can appear where you least expect them. Have you ever come across an unusual nickel in your change or collection? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. And now, here's the exciting part. Some of these rare 2004 P. Jefferson nickels have sold for amounts ranging between $650 and an astonishing $10,000 at auctions. So, before you spend that nickel, take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden treasure worth far more than you ever imagined. Number 3. What if I told you that a simple 1964 Jefferson nickel hiding in your collection or pocket change could be worth tens of thousands of dollars? That's right. There's a rare variety of this coin that collectors are desperately searching for, and its value keeps rising every single day. This isn't just another nickel. This is a piece of numismatic history with a unique and rare error that has turned it into a true treasure. The question is, do you have one of these valuable nickels? Stay with me until the very end because you might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. The 1964 Jefferson nickel was a significant coin in U.S. history. It was the last year before the mint removed mint marks from coins for a brief period and the final year of mass production before the introduction of clad coinage in dimes and quarters. But what makes the 1964 D on reverse Jefferson nickel special is a rare error that appeared on some of these coins. This error, involving a misplaced D mint mark, has turned an ordinary coin into one of the most sought-after Jefferson nickels among collectors. Jefferson nickels have a long history of minting errors, and some of the most common ones still carry value. Off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, can create a fascinating and valuable collectible. Weak strikes, where details like Jefferson's face or Monticello appear faded, are another common error. Die cracks, small lines appearing on the surface due to worn dies, also add to a coin's uniqueness. While these errors are interesting, the real excitement begins when you find a major error variety that makes a coin truly rare. The most valuable error in the 1964 Jefferson Nickels series is the D mint mark appearing on the reverse, which is an unusual placement. Typically, mint marks in this era were placed on the obverse, but due to a striking mistake, some 1964 D nickels have the D visible on the reverse. This variety is incredibly rare and highly prized by collectors. Another important error to look for is the doubled die, where parts of the coin's design appear doubled, especially in the lettering or Monticello. These doubled die varieties can drastically increase a coin's value. Also, be on the lookout for full steps nickels, coins where Monticello's steps are fully visible and well struck. These are rare in high-grade conditions and command premium prices. So, how do you know if you've got one of these valuable 1964 D on reverse Jefferson Nickels? Start by carefully examining your coins under a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Check the reverse of the coin for any sign of a misplaced D mint mark. Look closely at the words Monticello and 5 cents for doubling or irregularities. Inspect the details of Jefferson's portrait and Monticello's steps. If they appear sharp and complete, you might have a highly valuable full steps nickel. If you believe you've found one of these rare varieties, sending it to a professional grading service for verification could make all the difference in unlocking its true value. Coin collecting is all about the thrill of discovery, and rare finds like this make the hunt even more exciting. Have you ever found an unusual or valuable nickel in your collection? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. And now, for the big reveal. Some of these rare 1964 D on reverse Jefferson Nickels have sold for amounts ranging between $9,000 and an unbelievable $67,000 at auctions. So, before you spend that nickel, take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden fortune in your hands. Number 4. What if I told you that a simple 1990p Jefferson nickel could be worth thousands of dollars? Imagine having one of these rare coins sitting unnoticed in your collection or pocket change, holding a secret that only a few people know. Some of these nickels have sold for jaw-dropping amounts, thanks to rare minting errors and unique features that make them highly valuable. Could you be one of the lucky ones who unknowingly possesses a small fortune? Stay with me until the very end because we're about to uncover the mystery behind the 1990p Jefferson nickel and why collectors are hunting for this hidden treasure. Jefferson nickels have been an essential part of American coinage since 1938, but not all nickels are created equal. Some years, certain coins leave the U.S. Mint with errors that make them far more valuable than their face value. The 1990p Jefferson nickel is one of those coins. While it may look like any other 5-cent piece at first glance, certain varieties of this nickel have been discovered with stunning errors that drive collectors into a frenzy. Some of these errors are so rare that they've sold for thousands of dollars at auction, making this an exciting coin to search for. Before we dive into the rarest errors, let's talk about some of the most common mistakes found in Jefferson nickels. One of the most frequent errors is the misaligned die, which causes part of the design to be slightly off-center. While minor shifts don't add much value, extreme misalignments can be worth a premium. Another common issue is a weak strike, where details of Jefferson's portrait or Monticello appear faint due to low pressure during minting. You might also come across die cracks, tiny raised lines on the coin's surface caused by aging minting dies. These errors are fascinating, but the real excitement begins when we uncover the truly rare mistakes that make certain 1990p Jefferson nickels worth serious money. Among the rarest and most valuable errors in the 1990p Jefferson nickel series is the doubled die variety. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing noticeable doubling in areas like the lettering, date, or Jefferson's profile. If you spot strong doubling, you might be holding a nickel that could fetch a significant price. Another major error to look for is an off-center strike, where the design is dramatically shifted. The more extreme the off-center error, the higher the value, especially if the date is still visible. Additionally, some 1990p nickels were struck on defective planchets, creating clipped edges or missing sections of the coin. These dramatic errors can make an ordinary nickel extraordinarily valuable. So, How do you know if your 1990p Jefferson nickel is worth more than just 5 cents? The best way to find out is by carefully examining it with a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for doubling in the text, especially in Liberty and In God We Trust. Check the reverse for missing details in Monticello's design. Coins with full steps are extremely rare and valuable. If your nickel has an off-center strike, confirm that the date remains visible, as this significantly increases its value. If you believe you have a rare variety, consider sending your coin to a professional grading service to get it authenticated and properly valued. Coin collecting is full of surprises, and rare finds like this are what make the hunt so exciting. Have you ever discovered a valuable coin in your collection or pocket change? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. Some of these rare 1990p Jefferson nickels have sold for amounts ranging between $2,500 and an astonishing $42,000 at auction. So, before you spend that nickel, take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden fortune in your hands. Number 5. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if you might be holding a rare and valuable coin without even realizing it? What if I told you that a 1972 Jefferson nickel, yes, just a 5-cent coin, could be worth thousands of dollars? Some of these nickels have been discovered with incredible minting errors, making them highly sought after by collectors. Could you be one of the lucky few who has this hidden treasure sitting in a jar or tucked away in an old collection? Stay with me until the very end, because today, we're uncovering the secrets of the rare and valuable 1972 Jefferson nickel. Jefferson nickels have been in circulation since 1938, and over the years, many varieties and eras have turned ordinary-looking nickels into highly valuable collectibles. The 1972 Jefferson nickel is no exception. While millions of these coins were minted, certain rare errors and variations make some of them worth far more than their face value. These valuable finds often go unnoticed for years, only to be discovered by collectors who know exactly what to look for. And that's what we're here to uncover today: the errors, the rarities, and the hidden gems that could make your 1972 Jefferson nickel extremely valuable. There are several common mint errors found in Jefferson nickels, and while they may not all be worth thousands, they still add value and make your coins unique. One of the most frequent errors is the off-center strike, where the design of the coin is misaligned due to a striking issue. Minor off-center errors may not add much value, but if the design is significantly off-center while still showing the date, the coin can be worth a premium. Another common issue is die cracks, small, raised lines that appear on the coin due to aging dies used in the minting process. These cracks create unique patterns that can make a coin more desirable to collectors. Weak strikes, where the details of Jefferson's portrait or Monticello appear faint, are also common in nickels, especially from the early 1970s. While these may not always be high-value finds, they add to the fascinating world of error coins. Now, let's talk about the rare and valuable errors that make certain 1972 Jefferson nickels worth serious money. One of the most sought-after varieties is the doubled die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, causing parts of the design, like Jefferson's profile, the lettering, or Monticello, to appear doubled. Strong double die errors can be worth a substantial amount. Another major error to watch for is an extreme off-center strike. If your 1972 nickel has a major shift in design but still retains the date, it could be a rare and valuable find. Additionally, full steps nickels, where Monticello's steps are completely visible and well-defined, are very rare from this year. High-grade examples with full steps can sell for incredible prices at auction.so. How do you check if your 1972 Jefferson nickel is one of these rare and valuable varieties? Start by examining the coin under a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look at the lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust, for any signs of doubling. On the reverse, check Monticello. If you see doubling or a strong, clear strike with full steps, you may have a highly valuable coin. Also, look for any off-center errors or die cracks that could increase its worth. If you suspect you have a rare variety, consider getting your coin graded by a professional to verify its authenticity and true market value. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. Have you ever found an unusual or rare coin in your collection? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. And now, here's the big reveal. Some of these rare 1972 Jefferson Nickels have sold for amounts ranging between $4,200 and an astonishing $28,000 at auctions. So, before you spend that nickel, take a closer look. You just might be holding a hidden fortune in your hands. Number 6. What if I told you that a simple 2004 Jefferson nickel could be worth thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. While most people spend these coins without a second thought, a few rare and valuable varieties have surfaced, making collectors eager to find them. Some of these nickels have been sold for unbelievable amounts due to rare errors and unique features. Could you be holding one of these hidden treasures? Stay with me until the very end, because today, we're diving into the secrets of the 2004 Jefferson nickel and why some of them are worth a small fortune. The world of Jefferson nickel errors is full of surprises, and the 2004 nickel is no exception. Unlike older nickels, this one comes from the Westward Journey series, a special set issued to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. This unique series introduced new reverse designs, making them instantly recognizable among collectors. But what makes this particular nickel even more special are the rare errors that slipped past the U.S. Mint, transforming some of these coins from everyday change into highly sought-after collectibles. Before we get into the most valuable errors, let's talk about some of the more common mistakes found in Jefferson nickels. One of the most frequently seen errors is the misaligned die, which causes the coin's design to shift slightly. While minor shifts may not add much value, extreme misalignments can make a coin quite desirable. Another common error is a weak strike, where details of the design, such as Jefferson's portrait or the words on the coin, appear faint due to low pressure during minting. Then we have die cracks, tiny raised lines that appear on the coin due to wear and tear on the minting dies. While these common errors may not make you rich, they can still add value to your collection. Now, let's talk about the real treasures, the rare and valuable errors that make the 2004 Jefferson nickel worth serious money. One of the most sought-after errors is the doubled die variety. This happens when the coin's design is struck twice, causing a doubling effect in areas like the lettering or Jefferson's image. Strong double die errors are extremely rare and can fetch impressive prices at auctions. Another major error to look out for is the off-center strike, where the design is visibly shifted from its proper position. The more extreme the off-center error, the more valuable the coin, especially if the date remains intact. There are also reports of 2004 nickels being struck on defective planchets, which can result in missing edges or unusual shapes. These rare varieties can turn an ordinary nickel into a highly valuable collectible. So, how do you check if your 2004 Jefferson nickel is one of these rare finds? The first step is to examine it closely with a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look carefully at the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, for any signs of doubling. Flip the coin over and check the reverse for any unusual marks, missing details, or off-center features. If you suspect you have a valuable variety, it's a good idea to have your coin graded by a professional service to determine its authenticity and market value. Coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes, valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. Have you ever found a rare coin in your collection or pocket change? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. Some of these rare 2004 Jefferson nickels have sold for amounts ranging between $670 and an astonishing $8,500 at auction. So, before you spend that nickel, take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden fortune in your hands.